Hey, Miles here. I've been getting a lot of questions about our McKenzie Riverfront property in Lane County, Oregon. And I wanted to show you guys what I'm looking at and what you can expect and my advice to you. So, again, this is Miles at Wilco Land. I'm sure you've talked with me or one of my maybe assistants here about this property on the river. If you're just getting up to date, this was actually burned in the McKenzie fire since I took this video, and we had photos taken of the property. So, it's about 200 yards of river frontage, and it's just under half an acre. So what it looks like now, just to update you, and I really want to, pay attention to one big aspect of this is showing you, and I'll get to those pictures last. I just want everybody to know the reason I'm making this video is to show you that these two properties, these two acreages are both included in this deal, and I want to show you who the adjacent land ownership is as well. So I know it's not highlighted here. People have been asking me, hey, what exactly am I buying? So my advice to you is to get a professional survey done on the property. And what you're buying is these two properties on a tax map. So if I zoom in here, and it's grainy, but right here is our sliver of land. And how wide is it? Is it caved in? Is it all a rock bed? I don't know what it physically is right now. You're going to want to get a licensed surveyor out there. And not only do you have that river frontage, you have this chunk of land right here, which is actually really important, in my opinion, to have. In case this does ever get washed, you have this, right? You have recreational opportunities all along the riverfront. You've got a little space here, and I will get to how much space that is, or an approximation, by using Lane County's GIS system. So again, this is 0.4 acres, tax account acres just under 1. I don't know what that means. Maybe contact the county about it. Maybe it's including that second little chunk, which would be a pretty big bonus to know that's a full acre with those two. What I did to get to where I'm going to show you, this is Lane County's GIS system. I have a blog on our Wilco Land website on how to use this. This is showing the properties here. I just have different filters on the background, and you can also see it here. So what we're looking at is the highway. And this is that entry point that I discussed in the original YouTube video. You shoot down Gamby Lane. So yes, Gamby Lane's your access point. This used to be the old highway from what I was told. That's hearsay. But Gamby Lane is here. This is Wilco's property highlighted in red. You can see the ownership report down here. We're out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm going to use a measuring tool on Lane County's GIS program. And I'm going to see how wide this little section is. I mean, the best I can, 40 feet-ish. Maybe at that section. So let's look at this area over here. I'm going to get rid of that. I click that. 55. This actually looks bigger, so maybe that's I'm a little off with my measuring. You can see it's a little bit in the water. But this is a ton of actually river frontage. Look at this. I mean, that's a lot of feet. But if I were in a straight line, 360 feet plus, that's awesome. This across is about 115 feet. And, looking at this again, just double checking, at that middle section, about 42 feet. I mean, this is plenty of space to camp, in my opinion. And the good thing is, this is water. We're selling riverfront property. I mean, that's a main draw to this is, hey, it's a beautiful area. Sure, it was in the McKenzie fire. It is an opportunity for you to regrow it. And it's an opportunity to have a place to recreate on the river, your own private river frontage. So people have been asking me who owns the property next to it. The ownership report on the GIS system says Oregon Department of Transportation. So does that mean it's public land? Is it going to be converted into a campground? What are they going to do with it? I don't know. Maybe it's just sitting there vacant. To me, as a buyer, I would much rather see my neighbor being like public land or Department of Transportation, something like that, versus private ownership. So that's a really great sign. If you click between, what's the space between? Well, this is us. But yeah, I mean, so this highlighted, you see how that highlighted blue, it actually goes all along the road here, and actually past our property. So you're adjacent to the, maybe go to the county and talk to them, maybe contact Oregon Department of Transportation, see what their plans is, if they have any plans for it. This is private ownership getting over there. This is private ownership getting over there. And this is Department of Agriculture. I think this is a campground. So if we zoomed out, we will see a campground across the road. So That's what that color is indicating. It's public lands like National Forest, Delta Campground across the river. Here's that bridge we talked about. So yeah, I mean, you can walk across your property hypothetically, and you have 362 acres of U.S. Forest Service property. So that's also a really cool bonus feature of this piece of land. So again, I showed you the plat map. I wanted to discuss this in the video. We're actually selling, I mean, it's actually these two properties. I would recommend getting a licensed surveyor out there. We have a 90-day return policy for a reason. If you're not happy with those results, return the property. We'll get you your money back. So I'm checking out. That's all for me today. Thanks for listening.